Good evening. Just a wrap up of the work session and the regular council meeting for the City of Grand Rapids for Monday, April 10th, 2017. Two discussion points at the work session that we've been working on for quite some time is accessibility from a handicap standpoint in the City of Grand Rapids. We are continually trying to improve how, from a mobility standpoint, we can get those with disabilities better access to businesses and buildings in the City of Grand Rapids. And we are moving down that path, and the council this afternoon was unanimous in its support of moving down that path, where we will encourage businesses prior to doing design of their new building or an expansion or a remodel of an existing building, that they would come in and they would work with community development on how that can be improved to improve the accessibility for those with disability. Four key areas that they focused on this afternoon, they will be focusing on, is transportation issues, the accessibility issues, sidewalks, cutaways, and trails, and then awareness, bringing up community awareness. We're well down the path, and we would like to be seen as one of the premier outlying communities in the state of Minnesota that encourages and works on the accessibility and making sure that all of our residents have the ability to go where they would like from the standpoint of getting into stores and into buildings and stuff. So we'll continue down that path, and we are very supportive of that initiative. Second one was the continuing work that we're doing with e-cigarettes. We had a final discussion. Through our last meeting, we had instructed staff to go out there and to work on a resolution that was not an ordinance, but a resolution supporting that the county move forward, that Grand Rapids supports the county effort. And I think what we are looking at is not doing anything different than what we do currently for cigarettes, in that e-cigarettes have to follow the same rules and stuff that we have in place for the Clean Air Act under the use of cigarettes. There are some cutouts in there that we're supportive of. If you have a business that's 90% of your business is derived from tobacco, cigars, and some of those sales, that you could have the ability to do that sampling and stuff. I don't know why we would want to take that away from a business in Grand Rapids. But I think most, as you heard us talk about last time, from the standpoint of where are we from a policing, the police department went out and did some sampling at restaurants and all the motels and stuff, and it's not being treated right now much different than from a violation standpoint. We don't see people doing e-cigarettes in buildings, in motels, in restaurants. They're pretty much, the people out there are following what they do with cigarettes. So we will support that, and that will come back before the council on the 24th. I'm assuming and hoping that that would be the final, where we will make a motion whether to support it or not at that council meeting. In our regular meeting, just a couple of things I'd like to touch on. The consent agenda, number 4, the special deer hunt. You know, we are still being overrun by deer, so we are working with expanding some zones and to change some zones, but also to have another special deer hunt in 2017. And then local government aid. The city is very supportive that through the legislative process that we are in right now, that we are supportive of the state legislatures, both the Senate and the House, passing local government aid requests back, increasing that $45.5 million back in. That only gets us to the 2002 levels. We'd actually like to see it more, but for right now, we would be very happy to be able to get back to that 2002 funding level. So we did pass that as well. Our police chief was in, talked a little bit about policing in Grand Rapids and all the various programs that our officers partake in. And when you take a look at the multitude of programs that are out there supportive outside of what their work activities, and you'll find why is the Grand Rapids Police Department received and perceived on such a positive note. And I think it's all the extra hours and work that our officers, both individually and as a group, put in Grand Rapids to make sure that that message is out there, that they are out there to be a help and not a hindrance, that they're out there to enforce, but not to be intrusive into our lives, and it makes the community better for each and every one of us. We're going to have a new sign If you're coming into town from the Cohasset area and you're getting to the first stoplight where you can take a left to go up Highway 38 to the Rife Art Center and the high school and the arena, there will be a new electronic sign there that we will use not only for public events, but some other events around the city and stuff. So look for that to be installed as well. And thank you to Blandon Paper Company, UPM Kumini, for allowing us to have access to their property there to have that sign on their property. We took a piece of land over right straight across from the Eagles. There's a piece of property over there from the Funk family that for $4,000 the city acquired, and it gives us access from the standpoint of going in and maintaining water runoff from that southwest portion of Grand Rapids up around the Catholic school and the church, all the way down through 3rd and 2nd, 21st Street. All that runoff from 21st down runs and collects in that pond down in there, and the ability to have access to be able to clean that pond out periodically is important. So with $4,000, we felt that that was a good purchase for the city of Grand Rapids. We have a new 5-year agreement with Waste Management as of this evening. We are very proud that we were able to negotiate a 5-year extension with the potential of a second 5-year extension with Waste Management. The fees will go up less than 1% increase per year. We did get that we have recycling pickups now on the same day as they do garbage. It will not be every week, but it's still every other week. But it will be picked up the same day in Southwest and all over Grand Rapids consistently throughout them areas. It is able to be terminated after year 2 with a 1-year notification. So we paid the bills, and we look forward to seeing everyone. Hopefully the weather will warm up. You'll be able to get out and get some yard raking done and some outdoor activities. But we look forward to seeing you again here on the 24th. Thank you.